President Trump is doing everything he can to win over black voters ahead of the midterms, and he's apparently turning to BFF Kanye West for help. Listen to this.
African American poverty has reached its lowest rate ever recorded. And Kanye West, who gets it, and Big Jim Brown, how do you think he'd do in the NFL today? Bum, the greatest. But they're coming over to the White House very shortly. We're going to have a little lunch and talk about it, but they get it.
On the menu at the White House on lunch on Thursday, a conversation about prison reform and job opportunities for ex-convicts, among other things. Those are good issues, but let's discuss now with Bakari, Tara Setmeyer, and Scott Jennings. I'm going to let y'all talk tonight because I've already said how I felt about Kanye, so y'all just discuss. No, but seriously, Bakari, do you think Trump is just using Kanye as a prop to win over black voters before the midterms?
I'm not sure he's using him as a prop per se, but what Kanye West has done with Donald Trump is what other people have done who've gravitated into his orbit, which is just shower him with adulation. For what reason, I have no idea. But my issue with Kanye West is quite simple. It's that anti-intellectualism simply isn't cool. And Kanye West, these issues, as you stated, these issues that they're going to talk about are issues that are central issues in many African American communities. They're very important issues. But the fact is, we're not sending Kanye West to the White House to talk about these issues because he can't. He doesn't have the depth to. I want to hear what Kanye West wants to do when we're talking about criminal justice reform or prisoner reentry. The fact is, he cannot. He doesn't have that depth. Just the other day, he was talking about STEM programs and how we needed to have more STEM programs and had to turn around and ask his colleague, what did STEM mean? And so Kanye West is what happens when Negros don't read. And we have this now, and now Donald Trump is going to use it and pervert it, and he's going to have somebody who can stand with him and take pictures.
Just looking at Scott's face. Scott's like, whoa, okay. So
it's a Chris Rock reference, by the way, Scott. Go back and watch the old Chris Rock stand-ups from the 90s.
Maybe
I will look that up.
I know that. All right, listen, maybe it'll work, Tara. Will it? I don't know.
Work for who? It's not going to work in the black community. Listen, black folks are about to trade Kanye West in the racial draft, okay? They've had it with him. He's not the same
Whoa.
Kanye.
I do know that reference. I know that that is an old Dave Chappelle skit. I know that one. I got that one.
God.
All right, good. I'm 1 for 2. All right, keep going.
But no, seriously, I mean, this is not the Kanye West of 2004. This isn't the college dropout album guy.
Yeah.
This is not, and what's funny to me is to watch all of these white people behind Donald Trump clapping away at the name of Kanye West when it wasn't that long ago that Kanye West said that George W. Bush doesn't like black people.
Doesn't care.
After Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
And, Kanye, but now all of a sudden Kanye, because he's put on a MAGA hat and he's an attention whore like the president, he's all of a sudden now the model spokesperson. He's the token Negro of the Trump administration. This is ridiculous. And no one should be taking Kanye West seriously. He's clearly has issues. He's already been hospitalized. Not to trivialize mental health issues, but I mean, obviously Kanye has taken a turn in a very strange way. If you read any of his interviews, go back and reread his interview with Charlemagne the God, it's all over the place. So this is not exactly the best representation, to Bakari's point, especially on an issue as important as prison reform. There's a lot of other people who are more well-versed on this issue that are serious other than Kanye West.
So, Scott, the White House announcing today that Kanye and the president will be talking about job opportunities for ex-convicts and ways to increase manufacturing in Chicago. Do you expect anything substantive to come out of their lunch together, or is this just sort of equal people of fame using each other for their own cause? Which it may not necessarily be a bad thing.
I'd be shocked to find out. I'd be shocked to find out if people that were involved in politics and marketing used each other for their own benefit. I mean, when has that ever happened before? I mean, I think these two guys, Trump and Kanye, do have something in common, and that's they're both marketers, they're both promoters, and I think maybe that's what they see in each other. They both think they transcend their industries. They both think they transcend politics, so maybe they have a connection over that. I don't know if anything substantive is going to come out of this, but I know this. President Trump has advisors who say, sir, we have a very low approval rating among African Americans. What are we going to do about it? So they go out and they talk about the low unemployment, which he did. You played that clip. You've got a very well-known African-American entertainer, top of his industry, who wants to come and stand with you and talk about issues. You're going to do that. Of course the president's going to take these meetings. Any president would take this meeting under the circumstances that Trump's been handed.
They also have in common that they're narcissists.
There was
And-
someone else who just
But
tweeted me something
can we-
else. They deserved each other because they're both, and it started with an I. I'll let you figure it out what they said. But
That's the biggest problem that we have. And just briefly about the numbers, Barack Obama cut these numbers in half, especially when you talk about African American unemployment, and that trend is still going in that same direction. It's not as if Donald Trump has done anything new. That's first. The second thing is criminal justice reform is very, very complicated. If Donald Trump wanted to take positive steps in the right direction, you bring in a Michelle Alexander, you bring in a DeRay McKesson, you bring in somebody who studies these issues, who understands these issues, who can help you put together a plan. Because what Donald Trump has done for criminal justice reform is call Kim Kardashian to come over to the house and grant clemency to one person. That's not criminal justice reform simply because you use celebrity and you have access and you can get one person some semblance of justice. The problem we have with Kanye West, and the reason we have to keep talking about him, is because he bastardizes his platform. There is no Harry Belafonte in Kanye West. There is no individual who you look at who upholds their platform and uses it in a quest for justice in Kanye West. Kanye West is a disturbed individual, and we need to focus on his mental health issues and hope he unravels that. But other than that, Kanye West is just somebody who's being taken advantage of. He reminds me of Man, Tan, and Sleep and Eat from Spike Lee's great movie Bamboozled. That is what this is.
Okay. Wow, Bakari. Well, yeah, but it's true. The truth hurts.
It is true.
Yeah, I gotta
Show me the lie, Don. Show me the lie.
I gotta get. You know what that same movie says? Don't fall for the okie doke, right? Okay.
Correct.
We're going to talk about Taylor Swift. Just won a big award, by the way. Taylor Swift. Remember, I'm going to let you finish, Taylor.
Well, look